the chatfish will be summoned from the watery depths. Go ahead and tag all of the bucket fishes if they haven't been done so already. Welcome, chat, to a fireside chat. I am still awake. Last time you saw me, I've been awake for that long, so I am kind of starting to lose my mental faculties because I've been working all day. And it feels like 8 p.m., but I keep looking at the clock and going like, it's not time for sleep, it's 12:13. So we're going to probably make coffee because I'm starting to kind of forget where I am, but we've got a lot to talk about. And the fact that my eyes feel separate from my head is kind of weird. But the more important part is the Czech retailer leaks Steam machine prices. So, again, this is an alleged leak, but that's what it is. So, this is pretty big news. Steam machine prices are slated at 2 terabytes storage for $1,000, 512 gigabytes for $950. Bear in mind, this is Czech prices, so 19,000 Czech bucks, equates 950 USD, etc., right? And then 2 terabyte model, which is the 1,070 bucks one, and that's the pricing that they're kind of ballparking it. It's kind of interesting, and it means a great deal because it does mean that I think despite the horrific things happening with AI and the rape of the GPUs and all of that, it doesn't seem like that's actually going to be prevented. Or, well, no. It doesn't seem like that's going to be stopped or stopping anytime soon. But the Steam machine being priced this affordably is actually surprisingly good news for a change. Wouldn't you say, Fuzzy?
Yes. Because we desperately God. A lot of it depends on a lot of other specifics, such as how SteamOS is going to be integrated, and will this compete with the consoles, which keep increasing in price? That's my main what I'm watching. Is if these are the prices, yeah, you're talking entry-level gaming PC, but if you don't really want to spend a low of gaming PC, but you're sick of the consoles, this could offer a more viable alternative as yes, it's higher priced, but you get a lot more. And I do mean a lot more. You get Steam sales, you get access to you get access to both exclusives for both consoles, you get access to superior versions, modding, SteamOS.
The PC
Hopefully
market,
this is
yeah.
true.
I mean,
Yeah.
in general, it's just like, okay, so if the Steam machine, if it is going to actually be priced at $1,000, basically Gaben has effectively found a way to counteract the AI debacle. Now, whether that's a limited time supply, well, who knows? I don't know. Or whether or not this leak is true, who knows? Again, take it with a pinch of salt, but if this is to be believed, there is things to look forward to. Some optimistic news for a change in a world that's otherwise kind of weird and silly at sometimes, especially when it comes to getting into gaming. It's just not looking like a viable option for a lot of people. Trump says also won't have to pay a fee to pay online like you do with consoles. Yes, that's true, because consoles require for premium subscriptions to play online, versus Steam or PC, you don't really have to pay an online subscription model other than your online, bill that you have to pay for having your internet in general. So, yeah, if the Steam machine can come out like this is a huge, huge win for gamers as a whole, market wise. And I sincerely hope that this works out this way because this means that this is going to make PC gaming affordable and reachable for pretty much everybody. Like getting into PC gaming, it's a really good entry level deal if it works out this way. Again, it's all operating on the assumption that what we see on this leak is accurate, but if so, serious good news. So that is finally a positive change. We needed a break from all the bad news, didn't we, chat? It is what it is. Holy crap. Kasovic
Yes,
gives
and
20
hopefully
memberships. Thank you very much for your very generous gifting of memberships, Kasovic. Holy shit. Very appreciated. We appreciate it. As you were saying, Fuzzy?
yeah, and hopefully this
Move this.
oh, hold on.
Stutter Pants!
YouTube decided to open the volume, turn on the volume for a second, and it threw me off. But back to the point. Hopefully, and this is my biggest hope, SteamOS really comes out for full desktop release along with this, as it's going to be another counter to AI to the oversaturation of AI in the market that the paying customer is not asking for in their everyday lives, but we'll get to that later. In terms of Steam and the Steam machine, SteamOS is just, okay, what do gamers want? Make it work, make it that it's not a pain in the butt in order to manage, because Windows 11 keeps dropping the bucket and it's starting to become unuser friendly. Because ideally, the problem with Linux was in Linux operating system in its sub releases, I can't remember the specific tech term, is that they are pain in the butt to set up. In order to get the basic features and get everything working and getting the games working, it became more and more of a hassle than what it's worth for minor improvements. But fortunately, Steam has been silently working on all that back-end support that Microsoft already has established. And when a Steam machine comes out, then they finally release this more, and hey, you can actually have a Linux-based operating system that's not a pain in the butt for the paying customer, the everyday user. That you don't have any, say, Microsoft Copilot forced on you, or any of these other AI features that are forced upon you.
Yeah, which
That's
basically
a plus.
bog your system down.
Yeah, because AI is very CPU intensive and it's only getting worse, and to have it forced
Not
upon
to
you,
mention, they not only does it do that, but the AI stuff also steals data and sells it. So it's one of
yeah, in
those
terms of
things where
service.
like AI again has been a net disaster. The more time goes on, the worse it gets, and what was seemingly like a potential good seems to continue to evaporate. And again, we kind of like called this, and a lot of people did, not just us though, because the big problem with it is that it was going to take only corporations to really swoop in and ruin what could have been something interesting, and now turn it into something that's been an absolute detriment for not only PC gaming, but just the market as a whole. And it's gone even farther than I thought it would ever do. I always knew it would be bad, but like, fuck, dudes. Like, I didn't think it'd be this bad. But again,
It
silver lining, Steam OS and the Steam box, literally, Steam, aka Valve, aka Gaben, might literally provide a solution to the gaming crisis that is looming ahead. So that is good.
yes, as offering the service and say, hey, what do you think of this? That is one thing. To do what Microsoft and a lot of other companies are doing of trying to push this on you as much as possible, and Microsoft is forced because of Copilot, and when 99% of gamers use, or 90% of gamers use Windows, so forced upon you with Windows updates and them trying to push you on 11, that's entirely another. Very few are actually trying to offer the service of, hey, what do you think of this? Do you like it, yes or no? That's an entirely other thing. Most of those companies are not being covered in the news because, again, they don't focus on what you see in these big fancy shows, as we saw in CES, whereof, hey, look at this big flashy thing, aren't we the best thing ever? How does this benefit my day-to-day life? We don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's one of those things where it's like, does AI serve a purpose? Yes. Mostly from what research I have conducted on it for this topic, porn. It's not very surprising. Erotic chatbots and erotic art is like the two big things that it's actually mostly used for. Then followed by memes, and that's kind of like the majority, and then it's very, very rarely used for anything productive. But it's interesting because again, it's funny. It's just funny where technology goes, you know. I think we're just back to porn. But yeah, so the big thing is that that's kind of bad. But there's not a lot we can do about that. The reality is that the Steam, I keep calling it Steam Deck, but the Steam box, or Steam GameCube as we'll call it,
GameCube. Just say
much
GameCube.
easier to remember it that way, is looking like an economical solution that will help gamers get into the PC market despite the horrific damage that AI is doing to the GPUs and the RAM. Now, I know a while back people were like lambasting one of our guests, Bucky, because Bucky was the one who brought it up. There was like a bunch of people in the comments going on about like, "Oh, you're so fucking off the mark. Bucky's wrong." And it's like, well, you know, here we are, and you know, it's he was right. So found that fascinating.
Yeah, yeah, I was quite surprised as anybody that knows about the AI field,
It's
you know,
just
like Buggy and me,
people.
knows that, or anybody that understands engineering in general can see the
Yes.
obvious.
I mean, the big thing here is I think that people wanted copium. I don't think it's that not there was any malice. I just think people didn't want to believe that things were going to deteriorate, and I don't blame them, right? But the issue with blind optimism is it becomes cope, and blind optimism is just dangerous. Cautious optimism is fine, but blind optimism, like, yeah, things will be fine. No, don't worry about it. It's like, well, now you're giving bad advice. People are, who, if they had bought their gaming PCs at the beginning of last year, would not be in the crisis that they are in this year. Being able to, like, fuck, like, oh my God. Like, if I
Yeah,
had to buy a game PC this year, I'd probably just hate myself, honestly.
I've had some friends talk to me of, should I just buy a 5090? I mean, it's not going to get any better, so I
Oh,
just get the best I could
it's like, should have
before
done that
the
ages ago.
5 year.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
before the 5 year nightmare cycle.
Yep, but the big thing is again, it's really hard to say if, like, wait for the Steam GameCube to come to the rescue or not. Like, it looks like, and again, based on this leak here, which by the way is from a scraper or whatever they call them, a scalper. Like, a lot of, like, Twitter accounts that are just Indian scalpers, they just take articles and grab them, right? Just like we grab them for talking about, right? But that's why I'm always questioning the legitimacy of these kinds of things. It's like, oof. So that's why I want to urge a pinch of salt, because this is an alleged leak about the pricing. I hope it's true, because that's pretty affordable. Only $1,000 for basically a GameCube for gaming. That's not terrible, considering that it's looking like $6 to $7 for a gaming PC nowadays. So that's very, very economical in comparison. Almost insanely so. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see, though, again, because we're not at that state where the GameCube's out, or we see, like, demos of it being played with and stuff like that. So again, pinch of salt, everybody, but at the same time, cautious optimism. So the next article we have is new Steam Workshop features. The good just keeps on giving, chat. Normally, Steam always updates mods to the newest version. Now, Steam lets games lock themselves to specific game versions. This is a big deal for anybody that likes RimWorld or Project Zomboid, or literally any sort of modding, like using the Steam Workshop integration feature for any sort of major games or games in general for modding, Paradox games, etc., etc., etc. I could go on forever, right? This is a really nice quality of life feature, because it means that mods will now be locked to certain builds. And so if you want to play with your favorite mods, your mod build or whatever will automatically make sure that it sticks with the version number that it's compatible with. Mods don't suddenly stop working. Players can stay on an older, stable version of their game if they so choose. Again, the benefit here is that your game will be stable, and when they sometimes push out patches, half-baked, not only do the mods not work, but half the time with a lot of these new games, they don't work very well. In fact, sometimes, in a lot of cases, the new patch gets pushed out and it's more buggy and less stable. And you just kind of want to have fun, because you're working 9 to 5, and time is precious. Your hour to game is not very big. And so, again, quality of life, making it so that players who work very busy hours, especially have very little time to game, can actually get into the game faster, is a very big W. Mostly due to the fact that, like that, because I know what that's like to be hard pressed for time. As a streamer, not as much in the same way, because I do gaming for a living, but I remember working like a 9 to 5 and being like, oh man, like, I really want a game. This new game came out. I got this awesome mod pack. I want to play with friends, and then it's like, oh my God, an update pushed out, and you got to do like an hour or like 40 minutes of like troubleshooting and shit like that, and just unnecessary nightmare shit, where it's like, come on, man, I just want to, like, get into the game, and now your night's kind of ruined because you wasted so much time, right? The benefit here is that this will hopefully ensure that that happens less likely, and making it so that your time is more precious, which is, again, a huge W for gamers as a whole. I mean, any sort of quality of life improvements like this is just good. So it's good to see this. I just hope that stuff like this workshop feature and functionality is things that good old games will also take note of, and other platforms as well. Again, this is this kind of healthy competition we want to see from these platforms, right? Like, we're not really seeing that from Epic. We'll get to them in a bit because we have an article for them for later. But it's good to see platforms doing well and, like, actually improving. And on a side topic, based on last bunch cast we did, to recuperate or catch people back up because of the holidays, Oh God, please. I know we've been up for like 24 hours. Come on, man. Something about Halo.
You're talking about the
GOG.
Halo.
GOG's
GOG.
independent now. Good Old Games is independent, and because they're independent now, it means that they will no longer be getting their resources siphoned by CD Projekt Red. Because as we know from insider leaks and all that information, CD Projekt Red was siphoning the wealth and finances from the Good Old Games project, which again, GOG as a project needs a lot more resources. I buy games on GOG whenever I can, and whenever I do buy an old game on GOG, I usually give them a $5, right, as like a tip, because I want to support them. I believe in the game preservationist work that they do as a die-hard video game preservationist myself, self-described, of course. I really, really, really like the idea of bringing back older titles, patching them, making them functional and playable again and I'm going to use the word making them functional, playable for modern audiences, as in like it just runs for, you buy a game, you press play, and it runs. No fandangled patches, no having to crawl through ancient ass fucking wikis and stuff. Like, I get it. I've been doing gaming for a long time. It's not the worst thing to do, but sometimes some of those games, and there's always some of those games, are just absolute nightmares. Absolute nightmares. And again, if video game preservation can march forward, we can get to another great state where you can just press play and it boots, it'd be great. It just works, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yesterday we tried to stream Septerracore and we had that exact same problem. We got it working. We had to jump through some hoops, and it was a bit annoying. And it was thanks to Plague that we got it functioning.
Yeah,
Ponazin
not more
says, "Oh, go ahead." I was gonna read
Yeah, I
some
was gonna say
shit
not
back
more
there.
cyclists brings up a point of CD Projekt Red has been showing a lot of DEI hires, a lot of the old guard has left, which means ACDPR is really not the same company that built up the Witcher series, that built the company. And now we're hearing, I raise eyebrows at this notion, rumors, and I don't place much credit on it personally, that Witcher 3 may get another expansion into the desert, and I don't see much sense in doing another expansion for Witcher 3 when they have Witcher 4 and other projects they're working on.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to CD Projekt Red kind of really, them being tied to GOG, in my opinion, was incredibly unprofessional, purely from a business standpoint of the resources that GOG needed to improve itself to be a viable competitor were being siphoned away into CD Projekt Red, which again is like, oh my god. So like GOG is perpetually stuck in this state of like slow, gradual improvements. It reminded me of Origin and Origin's progress, like a snail's pace. And ever since they've started to break away, even before like this whole year, like last year in general, GOGS has been making a lot of strides. Like they had some mods integration. They don't have a workshop system, sadly, but they've also been adding things like Cold Fear and like working harder to make the games run off the box. Now, I will say they do need to go through their existing library and do that for games in their existing library, i.e., Septicore and a bunch of other games, or whatever, Septerracore, because there's so many games in their GOG library that you boot them up, you play, and it just doesn't run. And you got to jump through hoops to get it to function, and you got to jump through hoops to get it to run in modern resolutions. And again, if GOG can just get the resources to make their entire catalog function out of the box with modern PCs, that would be a colossal W. Not just for video game preservation, but also just for them themselves. So again, very, very good. Very good. And the Steam Workshop changes, again, to go back here, again, I'm liking the progress we're seeing with these interfaces and things. These are good. Like this, I cannot stress, like I know it might sound like, like a little thing, but again, when you got a 9 to 5 and you know what that's like, for those that have that, like time is precious, and when you're trying to play a game and you can't figure out why things don't work because a patch dropped and it kind of ruins the whole thing, it's a nightmare. So the fact that the Steam Valve team is working on improving that and adjusting it with the Steam Workshop overhaul is again awesome sauce. So good, finally, positive changes. Next up we have Kotaku. Disgusting. Not every game company is hopping on board the AI hype train. Mandalord's publisher, Hooded Horse, bans generative AI art in its contracts. If I sound frustrated, he says, it's because, like, honestly, all this thing has done is made our lives more difficult. So the AI war has begun and proper. A lot of studios and like publishers are now coming out and against it. There's also some coming out for it, but this was kind of a bubbling thing that was going to always bubble to the surface. And the corporate side of this thing is getting kind of ugly. I know that many of you probably don't know this, but a lot of like bots have been flooding like comments and replies. And if you know anything about social media, like I do, when these bots sort of arrive, they'll sort of just regurgitate these weird talking points that sound almost generated, like completely like fabricated. Like, that's radical. That's an excellent change. I thought that that was quite profound. It's like, what the fuck? No one talks like that. That was fucking weird. It really was a profound moment when they decided to do that. It's like, okay. Okay. And so what's
It's a known
interesting
thing.
is a lot of botted comments. The most interesting thing in this whole debacle is the AI support comments. The comments coming out in support often seem fabricated, and I mean not just a little fabricated. Like, I'm talking like huge swaths of them where there's like going about like video games have never been good, but thanks to AI, and it's like, oh my god, what? Like, no one
Wait, what?
says that. Like, I can't remember which post it was, but it was like literally like halfway through December, right after I got done being sick. Like, there was this fucking post I read, and it drove me up the wall, and I wish I had saved it. Where there's like three posts in a row talking about how games were never good. Video games were never good until AI came around. And like, they would word it in ways like that, and I kept seeing that. And it was like, this is either somebody astroturfing, which is entirely possible. But again, these accounts are fresh, so it's like, they're botting. Like, they're paying for bot accounts just to fucking try to boost those positive feedback. Because again, why do these companies bot? What's the purpose of this kind of stuff? The reason why is to literally create the idea that this is the popular thing. This is what everybody wants. You are a minority. You should be quiet. Don't talk up. Don't fucking say that you don't like this, because you're just going to get lambasted for having a different opinion. And so that's like the big thing. So again, the AI war basically more or less bubbling to a head in the games industry is an interesting thing. And what's going to be interesting is it's going to test people's character. And what I mean by that is studios that have character, and in my definition of things, of course, because I will say I have a bias, but studios that have character will not use AI. Studios that don't have character will use AI. AI might be used as like a certain like a crutch measure, but again, all crutches should be replaced as soon as they are able, because again, AI in game making has been kind of just a disaster all in all, and it's kind of caused nothing but grief. So I don't know. Well, I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see what happens here. But the big thing I think we can all take away from this chat is that when it comes down to it, it's now finally game publishers are starting to push back against the AI and the AI trend by megacorps. Now, you're going to notice one thing as well. It's specifically indies, double A's, and small game publishers that are fighting back against AI in the industry and that are becoming the resistance against this. I hate using that word now. I just thought of modern Star Wars, and now I'm sad. But yeah, they're becoming the rebellion against the AI, right? Like the machine rebellion or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
interesting, but the only ones kind of embracing it is the massive megacorps. So the mega corporations against the little guys, and that seems to be the matchup going forward for the AI war that's beginning now. Now that might change as time goes on. Who knows? But AI slop is AI slop, and it has also come out recently that the people in the megacorps that are pushing it are very upset with all of you for saying the word AI slop. If you guys continue to do that, it's looking really bad for them because it's creating a negative stigma towards AI. And so people that constantly use,
Microsoft.
yeah, I know, people that constantly use the
Microslop.
word AI slop It absolutely pisses them off now. So if you want to upset the megacorpos, anytime they make a post, just call it AI slop, and they'll fucking spin in their chairs and their L's and be mad about it. So yeah, thought
Yeah,
that
I
was
can
funny.
expand upon this. Yeah, I can expand this a little bit as there is one specific subset of AI that's being fought against because it is being used lazily, very lazily,
We're mostly talking
and
about
that's
the
generative.
generative AI. Yes.
Yeah, generative AI, and it's because I know about this field. Is generative AI. That's you enter a prompt such as like in a search function and you generate an image. That is undeniably being used ludicrously lazily, and the biggest example we have, and one I like to use, is the latest Call of Duty, where those banners, I think they're whatever they called it, those banners that go in your profile that don't fit Call of Duty at all and are clearly just OpenAI
Oh
plugged
yeah,
in,
those
the
were
OpenAI
so
image
bad. I
generator.
remember we looked at that. They were so
Yeah.
bad.
Because
Oh.
you're seeing the standard market forces up. This is what the paying customer likes. This is what they don't like. What they don't like is entering a prompt and you generate an image. That is obviously just lazy. What is getting traction, a lot of traction, is stuff like animation work and lip syncing. Such as if you want to lip sync to the voice actors better, if you want for localization, and so that you're not doing just tedious animation work, that's being used too effectively. I think
I might have a
if you
hot
want to
take here,
do
Pussy.
oh, there's one more I need to put in. If you want to do, and I think Arc Raiders did this, if you want, they're using reinforcement learning for AI enemy patterns in order to test that out, and by and large, people didn't complain about that.
So the big thing with
You're saying?
AI doing mouth things is we're gonna ruin all Chinese kung fu movies now. When they move their mouth a lot and then they're like, "Hello," but they like move 6 times, like.
Oh, I see. You want your D6 just for the pure
How are
comedic
you?
factor.
And
I
then they like
see.
keep moving their mouth for like 6 minutes. I am fine. And it's like, all right, that's like really uncanny. I love that shit.
You, you don't want your rotten cheese. You like your rotten cheese, Kibbs.
I like my schloppy movies when they be schloppy. Don't fucking make their mouths move correctly. It's just goofy.
You like slop,
if
Kibbs. Okay, I see.
I'm
You only
watching
like
a for
certain slop.
if I'm watching a foreign film, I expect their mouth. If I'm watching the dub, I expect their mouths to move weird. And that's part of the thing, the uncanny valley of their mouths moving too little or too often. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah. Also, Mr.
Because
Personality drops $10 dues and says Kibbs is now punk. Yes, we are now part of the punk billion. Very generous. Wow, that's amazing, Kib. 10 out of 10. We're gonna die to Skynet, but with memes. Oh my god. We're not gonna die to Skynet. It's not even Skynet. It's a language learning model. It's very, very lame and weak version of Skynet. It's a very lame
it's not even close to being Skynet. The math doesn't work like that.
oh my god. Chatfish wanted Aerith mouth movements and suggested ways. Wow. Degenerate chat. And now you'll be burned at the stake. Like, fuck. But yeah, so when it comes to the generative AI stuff, lots of indies and lots of double A's are now pushing back against the AAA narrative and the Microsoft and Megacorp narrative of AI slop good. Again, I find it incredibly hilarious that they literally came out and said, please stop calling it AI slop. You're destroying our marketing. Because you guys are actually destroying the perception of it public wise, which is going to tank their stocks if people keep doing that. It's
And what's
people are
funny
gonna
about this
tank their.
field, the whole field does use supposed to collect the data and analyze objectively. This is what the numbers say. What are they doing? Flooding bots, distorting the community, the community sentiment, which means if you want to analyze sentiment objectively of what do people think, guess what? You just ruined the data, and now you can't use that and now you can't even do a sentiment analysis. Congratulations. You What's one of the clerical sins of the data and AI field? Creating bad data.
And now you poison the whole well.
Yeah, congratulations. Your big corporate bot farms trying to distort the comment section has just ruined your ability to understand what people are saying.
The other danger with bots and stuff like that in general is that self cannibalization. So one of the big problems with AI slop in general is it allowed people to create quote unquote, we'll for the sake of this, artists, don't get mad at me. For the sake of this, we'll call it art with quotations, right? Product or slop, if you will. And so they spat out so much slop into the net. What actually happened is they spat out more slop than art has ever been made. And because they spat out that much slop, what ended up happening, what's happening right now, is we're at a new stage of what we call cannibalization, where those language learning models are cannibalizing their own data because they're cannibalizing slop that was produced by other slop makers. And so slop is now creating slop. And it's
Yeah.
sort of degenerating, and it's going to be really weird if they don't get that figured out and how to fix that or something soon, because that's going to get very strange.
Yeah, the term for that is in pure numbers form is called synthetic data, which is just poof, you made it up. You enter, I want a range of 1 to 100, I want the median to be this, I want the standard deviation to be this, the mean to be this, etc., etc., and it just generates a bunch of numbers. This obviously generative AI art is just a more step above that, where it just that's not just not what you use these models for. It's
Yeah.
just there are two terms there are two terms I just remembered. It's called validity and veracity. Are you measuring the data? Are you measuring what you want to measure correctly? And are you measuring what you want to measure? And are you doing it correctly? This whole just feeding generative AI into other generative AI models violates that principle in the extreme. You don't do that. There's only very specific circumstances and very controlled testing where you control your data so that it doesn't leak out to where you do that.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing it in the open source? No, that's a clerical sin. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
equivalent of you take your it's equivalent of you have some really deadly poison and you throw it into the Hoover Dam. Congratulations. You're an idiot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the big thing is that that's just going to get out of hand as time goes on. Um, it's also like one of those things because I know we talked about this a while ago, and I'm gonna keep bringing it up because I did experiment with AI in general, not for my own stuff because God forbid I'd rather kill myself, but for the sense of like seeing how those talking things work and like when you try to communicate with it or ask for things and what kind of results it generates. We did this research a while ago. It was quite a few months ago now, but it basically just regurgitates and it's sort of like it won't do certain things like certain conversation paths or whatever it will just lock into, and then if it recycles to that point it'll just get stuck back in there. So it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, because much like how I remember it, because the thing is this isn't new. Last time I played with one of these little goofy things was when I was like 6 in elementary or something on the fucking school computers, where there was like these chat bot AI things that you could talk to, and they were just the same, literally the same as that, where you could do the exact same stuff, except back then, for whatever reason, it felt like it could do more. I'm not sure. It might just be rose tinted glasses talking. But it's one of those things that's just like, as a piece of technology, it doesn't seem like it's actually really improved all that much. Maybe it's just from the layman's perspective, but it kind of feels like we've really just had the same thing regurgitated for what feels like, I don't know, 2 decades now. But hey, details.
Yeah, I know when it comes to generative AI, it's the newest field of artificial intelligence. If you look at the tech before that, that say is used in finance, I'll use that as an example. That is a very matured field. Is generative AI with art? We're still in the wild west of that, and obviously, people are not refining it properly.
Yep. So Hooded Horse, the really good publisher, an up and coming pretty big good publisher. Honestly, again, I can't sing enough praise for Hooded Horse. I personally, as an indie dev, would never want a publisher, but for as far as publishers goes, Hooded Horse is so far proving to be the most ideal publisher on the market at the present, just based on their just policy in general. But they clarify the Kotaku thing, which again, mostly because Kotaku kind of takes them out of context a bit, because they're baiting people, the usual. And Hooded Horse clarifies with a quote from the statement that says, "It's not a PR issue; it's an ethics issue." The head horse from Hooded Horse. So yes, the reason why they don't want to use generative AI for them is an ethical question. And again, many developers are running into this ethical question. And Like I mentioned before, this is going to be a test of character. There will be developers who will fail this test, in my opinion. And again, I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion. And if they fail this test, they're going to use AI. And if they succeed this test, they're going to refuse to take the AI route. It's like that old phrase, you got to take the low road or the high road, right? And the high road ain't easy. It's harder. Things are going to be an uphill battle, but at the end of the day, it's going to be more rewarding. And those who take the high road are going to probably be better developers as a whole, stronger developers, better at problem solving, because again, they didn't rely on crutches. They solved the problems themselves. Because again, when you start to rely on tools too much as a crutch, your natural skill will start to fade. A great example of this, because I see this often amongst AI bros so much, where they'll go like, yeah, but you use like digital Photoshop for painting and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, but it's a tool. That's the big difference. It's a tool in the toolbox. Just like your camera, just like a canvas, just like a paintbrush, just like a pencil, right? When you lean on that tool too hard, because the tool does have crutches, mind you, it is a crutch in a way. For example, in Clip Studio, there is a what do you call a smoothing functionality, which will help steady out your lines to counteract any sort of like handshaking you got going on. And the more you lean on that crutch, the weaker your line art will become. Yes, you could do it. Yes, there are techniques to be lazy about it. But again, this is a test of character. It is up to you how to use your toolbox. Are you going to use it correctly or to actually help accentuate and push your skills to the next level? Or are you going to lean on crutches? And those artists who lean on crutches, you can always tell when they lean on a crutch. They're using vectors, Vectors have their merits, but like vectors are kind of a crutch. Like the way I see them, like they are a bit cheesy, or just like when you're using the stabilization tool too much, where you turn that bad boy up to the max so that when you swipe your arm from left to right, it makes a perfect curved line for a perfect cheek. You know what I'm saying? One of those things. Again, the more you lean on your crutches, the less you're going to develop those skills, the weaker you will be overall as a creator. So again, the less you rely on crutches, the more you push yourself to work harder, you're going to get a better product in the end goal, in the end state. Because crutches don't deliver good products. Handicaps don't make you better. They just set you back.
And you touch upon a really good point, Gibbs, about tool in the toolbox, which fits the whole AI tools and game development conversation perfectly. Are they even bothering to learn the tool and learn what it can and cannot do? People are just a lot of these business executives where you're supposed to understand these tools, at least to an extent. Does it provide a business service? They're just throwing it out there and treating it as magic. Those that understand the AI tools, like one of them I think I've shared with Robin, even Meshi AI, you actually gotta teach people this is how you use it, this is what it can do, this is what it can't do. How many people actually have that discussion? I think even Learning Studios was having a discussion where they were experimenting with it. Okay, let's look at these
There's
tools.
a big thing. I think I hope I grabbed the article for them, because they too are involved with this AI. Like I said, the AI war, which we talked about, and again, people didn't believe it was going to happen, but I told you it would, and here we are. But Daniel donates 25 bucks. He says, "Now imagine, for some, this is a romance partner. Lots of mentally disturbed people out there. Hashtag fit, hashtag sandwich, hashtag fuzzy choice. Thank you for the donation. Very generous." I don't know where that conversation is going, honestly, because I can't tell. My brain, its processing capabilities is slowly failing. So,
Don't worry, I'm here to help you up.
what do you mean by that? Elaborate. Fuzzy.
I'll just pour gasoline into your brain. I'll get it jump started.
So you don't know, do you? You stupid
Nope.
motherfucker. Nope. Just immediately. Nope. Don't nope. Not touch that with a 10-foot pole. Okay, in case I don't see it, because I don't know if I grabbed the article. Larian Studios basically came out against generative AI, and it basically made a massive amount of statements against it. I hope I didn't like fucking like schizo that into my mind, but if I did, feel free to correct me. But they basically been saying a lot of things against generative AI, because despite trying to bot social media, because these corporations have been trying to bot social media to try to flood social media with positivity about AI usage, it's not actually having any actual effect. The botting is failing. And the reality is that no matter how much you try to spin the narrative with bots that this is what people want, the reality is completely different. People don't want AI. People want you to put work into it. You're charging them like 70, 60 bucks, shit like that. Ridiculous prices as is. Gaming should have been getting cheaper decades ago, long before the AI thing even became a thing. With the digital age, we were promised that gaming was going to get cheaper, that was going to get more affordable. We were promised that. And that was a lie. Because again, these corporations, the reason why they're using AI is they're not cutting corners and saving money, the way you think they are. They're cutting corners and firing the talent. Meanwhile, the executives who don't really know what the fuck they're doing, for most of these game companies, are just sitting there collecting more money because they're cheaping out and producing AI slop as a result. It is slop. It's trash. It's an inferior product. It is what it is. It sucks, but that's the critique. You have to live with it. Now let's see. Bino says, in digital drawing, you need a little bit of stabilization on the brush. Yes, because you are dealing with a flat surface. Because the software picks each micro adjustment with your hands otherwise. The lack of friction, otherwise pen. Yep. I already know all this. I already know. I'm wise beyond my years. Fudge. People are getting into relationships with AI chatbots. That is unethical and unhealthy. Yes. That's a big problem. That's a big problem. You're talking about breeding problems right now. Then you've got like, I don't want to get political, but at the same time, it's kind of like I'm tired and retarded right now. But you got Elon Musk putting out fucking like that Ani bot or whatever the fuck it's called, which is like intentionally designed to be bad for the human psyche. Now, having sexy women is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing in science. Just like having sexy dudes is not a bad thing. There's literally nothing wrong with it. However, what makes these bot things kind of bad is because they are creating a parasocial connection. In the same way that VTuber girls do this to men, this is something that's happening to these bots as well. Men are like having an uphill battle generationally. Generation Z is Gen Z is like struggling. And yeah, I know we joke about like, oh yeah, you can steal the Gen Z's women, ha ha ha, But like the reality is that this is still bad. For us as a species, this is bad. Like this is bad. We are literally brain rotting future generations. And we need to stop because regardless of my criticisms for the zoomerisms of Gen Z, I genuinely care about my fellow man and I care about my species as I want mankind to succeed, I'm pro-human. A crazy thought, I know. So we need to curtail these fucking like chatbot things. Hentai and porn are a natural like occurrence. Humans have been doing that for ages. But these chatbots are something else. It's different. It's creating the facade of a person that isn't really a person. And they're getting attached to it. This is a problem that's in Japan with the waifu obsession stuff. There's again, you don't punish the whole because for the sins of the many, right? But again, we are creating a problem by creating these chatbots that are intentionally designed to be predatory and prey upon these young men. And to a degree, women too, I suppose, also fall for this stuff as well, just like men do. Like it's bad because it's gonna stop them from meeting. Like I know it sucks, but like being lonely is something I want you to experience. I know it's cruel to say that, but I want you to be lonely. I want you to hurt. You know why? Because I care about you and I love you. I want you to suffer. You suffering will help drive you to go out and meet somebody. Meet that little Mrs. Bucketfish. Yes, it will be painful, but it's for your own good. I don't hurt you because I dislike you. I hurt you because I care. That's why we must take away your chatbots. Just like,
And I'll give one story. I do remember that. My stomach churned over this whole parasocial and in some cases marrying ChatGPT, and that's the topic I'm referring to. When ChatGPT upgraded from I think 4 to 5 initially, in 4, because they gave a high degree of emotional intelligence, people were treating it like their boyfriend or girlfriend, or in this case, one example I remember a girlfriend, who then he dumped his wife for. They took that away initially in 5, where that emotional intelligence that many people were abusing, They took that away and realized, hey, you can't just treat OpenAI or ChatGPT like your digital girlfriend anymore. And a lot of people freaked out, and OpenAI initially were taken aback by this. Of what? People are actually,
Yep, because they're attached. And the issue is
yeah,
they're hurting, and I'm not mad at them, right? The issue is that when you're in an emotional state, your mind isn't thinking clearly. These people are victims, and they should be treated as such. And because the reality is they are. They're not thinking in a clear state. They're lonely, they're sad, they're going through a real rough spot. We all deal with it, you know? It sucks. But at the end of the day, in order to help them, in order to actually help them, we need to not allow them to lean on these crutches, because these crutches will effectively sabotage their capability to mate. I know it's weird. I'm being a bit clinical here, but it's literally sabotaging their ability to find mates. And this is not good. We wouldn't let pandas do this, you know? And I hate to say it, but our fellow little humans, you know, they can be a little silly sometimes, a little misled. They're being little pandas, and we can't let them do that. For the good of the species, all right? I know it's not going to be something you want to do. I know that it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot because it's emotional, and you let yourself build up a relationship with something that isn't real, right? It's like, oh god, this is gonna be such fucking hot take. But I'm tired, so I get the excuse of having hot takes and getting shit on for it. Here's my Here's my next dog shit opinion. All right. So the next one is like that neurosama stuff, right? They got VTubers, which create that parasocial aspect. That's dangerous as well. The content creators' parasocial strata has always been a danger that we've always known about, right? We've talked about it a lot here. But you start making things where you have like a machine, and a machine content creator is just like a chatbot, right? It's not a real person. It's fake. Now, does that mean that it should be banned outright? No, because people actually do like that neurosama stuff. There's actually like several people that work on it, right? But it is a slippery slope. Let's say AI gets to a point where it's advanced enough, or more realistically, not really AI, they don't exist. LLMs get advanced enough to the point where they can self-automate, right? It's dangerous. It's a dangerous precedent because we're entering territories, not asking ourselves whether we should do it. We're just, packaging it up and slapping little stickers on it and selling it right away. We're not actually doing any due diligence when inventing this technology. We've made a breakthrough, and now we're rushing off and we're not thinking clearly. And there's going to be repercussions for this. And the repercussions are being felt slowly and gradually. And they will get worse as time goes on, as you've been warned before, and you'll be warned again. But just like with the people that fall for these bots and fall in love with them, which is sad and tragic, and just like, more people who get more attached to certain things, or God forbid, the PC gaming thing, right? The thing that affects me, that affects the game prices. GPUs go from, $1,000, $2,000 to $5,000 overnight, completely destroying the market and stuff like that. So, again, dangerous, 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 because we keep opening these doors without really asking whether we should, right? I'm not asking. I know we joke a lot about destroying machines and blowing up clankers, because we like Star Wars here, but do be respectful to other people, especially, people that actually like that stuff, because you're never going to win people over or help somebody who's got an addiction to one of those chatbot things if you become the antagonist. You got to kind of help them, and it's not going to be easy. So it's one of those risky things that's only going to get worse as time goes on. But that's, again, the generative AI thing, and that's, again, talking about its connection to the video gaming. It's a bit of a can of worms, so to speak, because it's not just video games. It's affecting multiple facets of culture. Much like I talked about it earlier when people were cheering about it, like, oh, it's going to replace writers. No, it will never replace writers. It's not how that works. Like, it might replace the untalented people, because they don't have any talent to begin with. What's the difference? But, like, anybody with actually skill is fine. Just like same goes for artists. They got skill, they're fine. If you're just tracing shit, yeah, you're in deep shit. But you were in deep shit to begin with. The machine never changed that. It's also, again, the cognitive dissonance and the disconnect with reality that we saw in the initial stages like 5 years ago when this first began. Like, oh, the commissions and artists will disappear by 2021, 2022, right? It's 2025 and, or no, sorry, it's 2026. Fuck, I don't even know what year it is. But it's time is progressing, and really it had actually little to no impact on commissions or indie artists and stuff like that. The reality is artists did overreact. Yep, they got worried and scared, and I don't blame them. They thought their jobs were threatened. But people want things made by human hands because that has more value, right? I have to explain this, and I don't know why I have to explain this to artists, but you are as valuable as people price you at, right? For example, if I draw a picture and I charge $60 for it, and nobody wants to pay for that $60 art picture that I drew or art that I draw, right? Then I am not worth $60. It's a harsh, painful pill, right? But if I charge $120 and I'm a different person, and then people will buy that art for 120 and they'll actually pay 140, then I'm actually worth 140. I'm actually worth more. And yeah, there are some artists that are worth more, and there's some artists that are worth less. Because again, each artist is priced differently. Some for fame and what their specific style, some for their personality and their flair and the way their mind works, and others for other reasons. Because they'll do the degenerate jobs nobody else will, the dirty jobs. And again, because this is how art works and how the industry works, the machines was never going to replace anything. It didn't. It physically can't. Because again, the people that buy this stuff were going to buy it no matter what anyways. And the people that weren't going to buy it to begin with weren't buying it anyways, so they didn't affect the market. That's the reality. Welcome to the stream, Squeewee.
Hello.
You praised with what we're talking about?
No, I was talking to Chumbus about the thing tomorrow.
Yeah, the Chumpus. All right, we're just talking about AI because the AI war is kind of bubbling to a boiling point. Basically, AA studios and small independent game studios have basically said no to AI. AAA mega corporations have said yes, and that's kind of what the lines in the sand are being drawn.
So the reason why they're saying yes, by the way, is because a lot of them are backed by Microsoft, and
Yes,
Microsoft
that's
is
why.
very
We just talked about that too.
heavy into AI. Yeah.
They're saying yes because Megacorp says yes behind them.
And it doesn't matter if the quality's low, you need to push AI because we are pushing AI.
Next up, Beano donates 2 rare Beano bucks and says, "What has the species ever done to Beano, though? The species has tried to clap the Beano, but then put the Beano in a box, and then mushrooms grew on him. And he got cordyceps and became a zombie." He's like, "Fuck."
Gibbs, that's the plot of The Last of Us. You don't want to be in The Last of Us, do you?
Pancake mix is evil. Like, what? Start screaming. I'm not Clanker. I'm a cyborg. Okay, Clanker. Fuck. Chat's being anti-bee-boop, anti-toaster today.
I hate toasters.
Yeah, is ruining things for the consumer. Yeah, in a lot of ways it is. Like, for example, the big negative impacts of AI currently that we're aware of is power consumption, your AI data centers and rolling brownouts that can occur. I don't
Windows
really
11.
hear too much about the rolling brownout stuff. But yeah, Windows 11 is affected. Performance of your PC is absolutely destroyed. Your computer, if you are on modern Windows, is using some sort of AI, and that AI is actually fucking with your stuff actively all the time, and it's actually ruining your performance. The other thing is it's destroying GPU and RAM prices. You're right. It's destroying the logistics in the games industry for like GPUs and RAM as well. It's like it's a bit more multifaceted there. It's causing developers to have like civil wars over what to do, and like whether to use it, whether not. And it's one of those changes, like any bit of technology, is controversial. But in this particular case, it's controversial, but its value is not. Its legality is questionable.
If it was actually effective, it makes sense, but it's not. AI can barely function as is. It's not even real AI, it's a fucking algorithm that they're using.
Yep, it's a language learning model. It just
People
reads
just be
data sets and then regurgitates data sets, but slightly mixes other data sets together to create a new one.
People have just been fucking goading themselves into believing they're it's like science fiction AI.
So
It's not.
the biggest psyop that was conducted was the PR stunt to convince people that what they were developing was AI. It isn't.
It's not.
And
It's a language learning.
it's a language learning model, and everybody who believes that it's an AI has been duped. And it's okay, it happens, Psyops work for a reason, right? Like, that's the reason why they do them. And it's one of the most successful corporate psyops I've ever seen. Because, yeah, I catch myself calling it AI all the time. But in reality, no, we don't have AI technology. We are so fucking far away from realizing that. Like, the closest we could possibly hope to achieve would be some sort of advanced virtual intelligence or VI system. But we don't have that yet. We don't even have that yet. So, again, AI is just so far out of our technological sphere. We just can't reach it. Not yet. Maybe one day in the future, but not.
All we
not
got is
yet.
chatbots. And they
Yep.
want us to. Have you seen the AI calculator, by the way?
No, I haven't.
It will give you actual wrong consistently.
Oh my god. Is that because it started cannibalizing itself?
No, because it's an AI calculator. That's what AI typically does. Just searches on the internet for it instead of actually just doing.
Yes, it's
Wait.
like, so I mentioned this
Oh my
before.
God.
The other time we did research with AI, because we did a couple of things when we were studying this to talk about it. The other thing we did was using Google's and various search engines' own search engine AIs. The problem with them is not only do they not find the right article, but often they'll find the wrong thing or state false information that isn't true. And say it,
Hallucination rates.
yeah, the hallucination, what do you call it, hallucination rates?
Yes, that's the error term.
Yeah, they do hallucination rates where it's producing false data that actually isn't true. Just like in the medical sphere, the AI has been caught numerous times with basically prescribing lethal things like injecting, what was it? Like not magnesium, but something else like that, mercury into somebody's bloodstream. And it's like, what?
What?
Yeah, there was a thing.
Mercury?
Yeah, it was like something about like consuming or like taking mercury will help with a stomach pain or something like that. And it's like, oh my god, this thing is not okay.
You're better off just
AI
eating chicken
telling
soup.
user to.
You're better off, yeah, you're better off just not eating
Mercury.
anything. Like if it's mercury, like it's like gulp, 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 and they just look at you like fuck.
But yeah, this is going to be, we're going to be going through these trials for at least another 3-4 years at least. Because this is especially a lot of these data centers being built are long-term projects, and I think it was announced yesterday. OpenAI, for example, has 1.4 trillion of contracted promised spending. This is not going to get any better anytime soon.
Mm-hmm. Oops, excuse me. But yeah, so it recommended certain cures for your problems. Like you got a tummy ache or toothache, just kill yourself. Just
Remove the
Yep.
head from your shoulders.
your
Maybe that'll-
pain will stop. And it's like, ah. But now
You don't
don't
need a
actually do
doctor.
that, chat. But it's what the
Yeah.
AI was saying. It was funny. That was sometime like 2 years ago. Fuck. I wish I had saved. I need to make like save folders, but I have ADHD, so I never do. Because this stuff is gold. But yeah.
No. You want to continue? If there's something else to, if we're just gonna,
We'll do some positive news before we get back to more news. So on a less bleak outlook, I played Warcraft Total War mod from the ModDB page, and it recently released its massive update for humans and undead overhauls. And it's probably, I think, my new favorite mod for Warcraft, and I'm not just saying that for the big anime titties, all right? Because Armin's got some big schnockers. But I'm also saying that mostly because it's actually pretty good. Like, I cannot stress how Medieval 2 is one of the most underrated games. And the last little bit of news, besides just giving a shout out to Warcraft Total War, is a really fun mod to give it a shot. Bear in mind the undead and human campaigns are the most polished at the moment, but is the revival of the Myth Total War mod. Now, they have yet to release any new stuff as of yet, by the way, but Myth Total War is being resumed in development, which again For those who like Myth, it's a bit more of a obscure thing. Maybe some of you guys don't care that much. For me, oh my god, that's amazing. Myth Total War is big on the menu, and it's getting development again. So I'm hopeful to see that actually return. We also have some new video game announcements and trailers and stuff. I believe this is a link that I yoinked from the Chatfish.
New Game Plus Showcase.
Doesn't look very good. Looks kind of like ass.
It's
Sometimes
like slop.
Sometimes yoinking things from Chatfish is questionable at best. Ah, that was that one game that's like a sprite game. They're trying to be like a 2D thing, but it was like a not real thing. Now they're going to try to make it into a game. That's the same with the GZ Doom project for Fallout, which originally was just like a little cute little demo, demoing off the idea of it, and then became its actual own game. Oh my god. There's a Durgan. Yeah, that's that Forever Development game.
Like how you can recognize some of the games. Like, yeah, this one's been developed for like a decade now.
Yeah, like the Dragon
What was the
one.
name of
The other dragon, I don't know, man. Like, I just remember that one game with that dragon was been in development forever. Very meh.
Very meh.
Nothing in here
there's
that
some
makes
stuff.
me particularly happy. We just don't get games like we used to no more. That vampire game is supposedly like a Majora's Mask situation where you got like 30 hours or whatever to solve it or whatever, or something like that.
Then the game
That's
resets.
Yeah.
That's the XCD Project Red people from the old days that left the company.
The game might be good. Might, quotations.
Oh, wasn't it X Killer or whatever it was called again? Oh yeah,
There's the
Blade.
dinosaur blade thing.
Okay. That looks silly.
It's a meme game because it was
Yeah.
it was developed after the guy made animations on YouTube. It's like, let's make that into a real game. It's like, okay, sure, why not?
I mean, more credit to him, at least.
And more Unreal slop, yeah.
I look like Avowed, honestly. World of
And
Warcraft
RuneScape.
slop. Was that RuneScape slop? That was WoW slop.
I thought it looked like RuneScape slop.
I don't care enough to
RuneScape
rewind. Oh, we played that. That was actually kind of
that
cute.
game that's probably not going to go anywhere because it's only multiplayer.
Yeah, it's only multiplayer. It's group based. Like it's one of those dead end, dead on arrival ideas that'll be cute for like 5 minutes and then be immediately tossed in the dumpster of sadness. So,
I posted another one that I didn't see in that list.
Oh, okay. I'll go open it because I'm a kid.
Chan wants me to send you.
It's my personal bias one because I'm looking forward to this game.
I am so exhausted. All right, we're just gonna keep hanging in there, chat. All right, so let's keep hanging in there. Okay. So we got another game called Weepy Life of Goldman.
Eternal Life of
by
Goldman.
Fuzzy. It's probably a platformer, knowing Fuzzy. It's got a really interesting art style.
It's bande dessinée art style, European Belgian comics. You rarely see hand-drawn art style like this.
Yeah, visually, that's actually pretty damn good.
Yeah,
From what I can tell, but it's a YouTube
Cuphead.
video, so it's super fucking, compressed. But yeah.
Yeah. And yes, those are hand-drawn.
Nice. Traditional animation is always... It's on a whole other level of being, like, superior.
Yeah, the devs are being... Autistic's not the right word. Very dedicated to borderline Cuphead levels of...
Not a game for me, but a game that I can admire visually and artistically. Because these games are always worth commending.
I just like watching the animations is a large part of it. They do a really good job with what they've shown so far.
It's absolutely beautiful. Beautiful animations.
And the monster designs are actually unique.
Yeah, no, that's a beautiful game. Not a game for me, but a beautiful game.
Blake also
Beautiful
wanted to
game.
show off Dreadnought Tartarus.
It's that fucking weeb game that I've been trying to ignore. God damn it.
Every game he shows you is a weeb game.
It is that fucking weeb game. All I can say is this looks kind of boring, but I will let Chatfish look at it so they can judge for themselves. It's a game where you control like a dreadnought, and it's like you fly so slow. I'm getting anxiety just looking at it. But that's because I have ADHD, so like, oh, move faster! I haven't seen Scarlet Deer in. Mechas, ships, and stuff. And to be honest with you, that's like the thing. It's considered a tower defense game, a war game, an idler game, or an idler game, top-down shooter. Space sim, I would argue debatable, but
You can enter your own tag, Kibbs. What do you want to enter?
Jake Reyes, where's the gameplay? Yeah, Blake, where's the gameplay? So
Right there.
slow.
You're watching a ship slowly move across the screen. That's the game.
I'm getting anxiety. I'm getting anxiety.
PTSD. I don't know from what. Oh, Rapier mentions, have you seen Scarlet Deer in?
Put it in the stream chat. Oh my god.
Those are
grabbing it.
discussions.
I need to turn on the fan or I
There
ain't
it
gonna
is.
make it, boys. I ain't gonna make it.
Kip, stop dying, Cap.
I've been awake for so long. Alright, so. Listen, Chatfish, you may be chubby, but you're my Chatfish.
Oh yeah, Pathologic 3 came up.
You mean Chatologic.
You can put Kips through Slavic horror again. That'd be fun.
I've never played Pathologic or any of them.
You don't want to play Pathologic 1 or 2.
Are they that bad?
You will hate first one because it's bad, and you'll hate 2 because it's not great yet.
Death to Blake. But yes, if you want to share stuff, you can post it in the Bickering Bunch discussion chat, as is your loyal duty to me as my slaves. Like, mister. So, next up is statistics that Fuzzy likes. The Epic Game Store grew its user base by 173% over 6 years. Third-party games revenue only grew by 1.6%, however. They trained 295 million people to grab free games and leave, is the comment that person says. And you can kind of see that by the graph. Again, that was never going to work as a marketing thing. Like, it was never going to work. We said it when it happened, and, like, everybody... That wasn't just... Like, everybody said it. Like, everybody knew that this wasn't going to fucking function.
People made accounts and never bought any games.
Yeah, some people tried to defend Epic Game Store, if you remember, during the initial push, where, oh, surely it's better for the developers to get a better cut, but as always, as our paying customers, what do we get? Nothing. A super majority, if not almost all, of the developers just pocketed the extra money, and we got nothing better. And it became a marketing graveyard. Almost every single game that took the Epic exclusivity deal ended up losing money in the long run, because it fell into a marketing graveyard. Nobody bought the game. The only ones that spent money were the Fortnite people, and when they made the Steam, people have already moved on.
Mm-hmm. Richard Phillips donates £2 and says, I remember Myth, difficult, more skirmish than war. Yes, Myth is a turn-based, it's a real-time tactics game, also known as an RTT, which is technically a part of the strategy subgenre, as well as the RTS subgenre, and it is really cool. I like RTTs. Real-time tactics. And no, I would not count Baldur's Gate 1 or 2 as those. Even though I think they're technically counted. Oh, disgusting. Not in the right way, in my opinion. Ow. Look at them. Chatfishes.
I mean,
Chatfish.
Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 technically count as CRPGs, so
yeah,
you know.
So yeah, that didn't work out for them. Rip, Epic Games, ripping ass or whatever that Squealy would say.
Ripping ass.
Yeah, moving on past them because nobody cares about them. So chat, we have a riveting article that Fuzzy couldn't fucking stop talking about. Smart toilets bring AI to the bathroom at CES 2026. Talk about AI slop. All right, Fuzzy. Tell us about this stinky toilets.
This is... I use this as the apex of why CES this year was utter garbage. How does this benefit the paying customer? No, seriously, how? It's like, and that's
Doesn't
the
need to
only
pay.
question you could use sum up all of CES. It was all business to business, enterprise grade, or enterprise level chips that we will not buy for our personal computers, or you buy at Micro Center, assuming you have one, and very little consumer electronics that actually provide us. Yes, there were some robotics announced, but other than that, it's just AI. Nothing but AI. And very few companies actually tried to actually sell you something, such as if you want to go to the next one, Kibs, the Razer one. Razer was at least trying to provide something, but that's just a holographic Amazon Alexa. How does this? Why get this over Amazon Alexa? I do not know.
You want Alexa to begin with.
It's transparent. You want Alexa
Yeah.
if you want the government to spy on you.
Yeah.
It's like Razer spies on you or the government spies on you. Pick your poison, or just
Well,
not buy one.
you don't need either.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Just don't buy either.
But scroll down, Kibs.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Your
Mickey
desk
Mouse do
companion.
things.
You going? Look.
An
Mm.
anime girl. You can put an anime girl on your desk.
Ah, I can also put a random Japanese soy jacket on
What?
my desk too. Take
What?
guidance
What?
from the GOAT to create your very own esport legacy. Hello, I'm fucking Ching Chung Bing Bong.
It's
Fuck,
probably
I'm being
Korean,
racist.
kid.
I'm going to hell.
Don't be mean to
Fuck.
Koreans. Koreans are good people.
Kira, the
They're
loveliest
good.
gaming partner that's supportive, sharp, and always ready to level up with you.
A waifu.
Then Zane, your steady gaming wingman, built for strategy, speed, and staying cool under pressure. Listen up, kid. You got this. Just sit back and let your girlfriend's boyfriend take it from here. It's like, oh, got him. What else we got? What else? What other
got-
guidance do I have?
Kid, click on the little button.
Sow.
And you got
I've got literally a sow. God fucking damn it. What do they mean by this? Connect to my personal sow with an idol that captured hearts everywhere. Hey, you're my idol. You want to
It feels
make
very Korean based. Like Koreans would buy this, I think.
Oh
I
my
guess.
god. We're talking about like, you know how we talked about like AI chatbots being societal decay? Because I think most technology is good, but there's certain things that are just bad practice for the human psyche. And I think this shit's bad.
Yeah, there were two products they announced, and this one was by far the more egregious one. The other one is just one of those smart glasses, but you wear on your headphones and has the cameras on the side. This though, just trying not to curse, but WTF?
Hey, it's me, Zane. I'm cool and level-headed, and I got snake tattoos.
I'm the cool guy. I'm the anime girl.
It's me, Kira.
I'm the esports guy.
I'm esports guy. You're not getting
I'm the
bitches.
idol.
And sounds like I'm the idol. Oink oink. And it's like fuck. They shouldn't have called her Sow then. Fuck.
I don't know.
Like
Probably
Sow is
something else
like
in
a
Korean.
pig's name. Like fuck. She's just a piggy. She kind of looks a little bit like a little
Zane is a
too.
COD bro, I guess.
Zane is a COD bro? Is he like a real COD bro?
He looks like a Twitch streamer.
He's like, quick, 360 no scope. And it's like, oh yeah, radical. And then Kira's like, you want to fucking erotic roleplay with me while you talk to your friends on Discord? It's like, oh.
Cringe.
And then you hear like one of the Chatfish ERPing with their fucking girlfriend in the background. Being like, oh yeah, you're so hot, Kira. You're just the sexiest little sex slave on this side of this galaxy or something. I don't know.
You're just doing a good job to convince me to start drinking.
And Zane's
I
like,
like how-
bro, if you're not gay, you will be.
What was the fucking movie called? The Blade Runner 20 something something. What was the new Blade Runner called again?
Blade Runner 2049, I think.
But yeah, so that movie has a whole segment about how having a virtual girlfriend fucking sucks.
Yeah, because the big the big twist is
we're
that his
imitating
virtual
now.
girlfriend wasn't real, and so he built up this huge attachment. And the idea is, as the viewer, is you're supposed to feel super attached to him too. But the reality is that it wasn't real.
It wasn't real. It was never real.
Sinestro's like, please continue. Where have you been, Sinestro? You haven't been a very loyal chatfishing, have you? Is he getting
You look
squished?
lonely. I can't fix that, says the robot.
You look lonely. I can fix. Yeah, pretty much. And it's like, yeah, I'll just jump off the ledge.
Sudoku now.
Mm. Starts spinning all the way down, like, just claps on the ground, dead.
As depressing as this has been, it gets even worse. As, hey, do we get any new fancy chips that will cater to our needs? Well,
Nope.
by and large, no. As AMD, I think that's the Channel Insider one. You can combine the Nvidia and all the AMD and the Intel ones into one article. You click on any one of them. But AMD, what did they announce? Any new fancy chips? No. Ryzen AI 400 and Ryzen AI
Who said
Max
we were
chips.
segueing, bitch?
We're
You
still gonna talk about how it's sad to have virtual friends.
don't get to just move on like that, you little bitch.
Why not?
'Cause we're not
This is
done checking out
great.
my virtual fucking companion.
There's more waifus, kids.
Oh my
that's
god.
it. Never
Help!
mind.
I'm in the cum jar. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, why?
Please don't come
Now
on me.
Now it's the
Please
cum jar.
There's too much suffering.
Hey guys, I'm gonna come in my cum jar real quick. Screams, because that's like if it's a dystopian
Here,
scent.
I need you to scream extremely
Yeah.
loudly.
Just for that, we need an art piece of this, but it's Aerith in there and Chatfish.
Fuck.
I have a better idea. Make it fuzzy in there.
No,
Yeah, put fuzzy in
the
there.
Aerith.
Oh my god,
fuzzy
advanced
in the
AI.
jar.
Oh god, hold on. We're not done. Where's the video?
Wakey, wakey, rise and shine.
Shut the fuck up! Oh my
Morning,
god.
Joey. You were snoring again. Definitely wear your favorite green jacket. Look, now we're really vibing.
This is so dystopian.
Hey, cutie.
Hi, Amanda. Great brainstorming last night.
Actually, I need more.
What if we flip the design here? Do you think it can work?
Nice. I think you're onto something.
What the fuck was this written by AI?
All day, soldier. We need
Probably.
more air support.
Yeah.
Whoa, clean
Did you see
shot.
that?
Nice one.
Oof.
The VA is terrible.
Maybe aim for the head next time? Break line of sight.
Switch to burst fire mid-range.
GG, that was amazing. Ready to go again? This is Project Ava, your AI desk companion.
This is the saddest fucking thing I've ever seen.
This is fucking
Do you
depressing.
think they know we're actually calling the shots?
Nope, let's keep it that way.
Oh my god, that's so terrible.
That intro was among the worst. Get yourself a girlfriend if you need somebody to say that to you.
Oh my god. I'm just trying to imagine what it must be like to have one, like, on your desk, because you're just like, fuck, that's sad. Oh my god. Chatfish.
Just get a cat. You'll have a disc companion for the rest of your fucking
Just
life. if you have a cat.
become a streamer. Get Chatfish. Put Chatfish on desk. Like, listen, you know what's great about being a streamer? I can look over in the chat and see a bunch of little chuckle fucks typing retarded shit every fucking 5 minutes. And you know what? That's base. That's amazing. This is what we need in our life, all right? What we don't need, what we don't want is we don't need that. That's just, okay. You know what? Oh,
Yeah,
that's so
just think
sad.
about it. You can have
I
a
can't-
virtual chatfish
Like,
telling you how much they want to.
I'm not sure if it's my.
video
I'm
game.
not sure if it's my delirium
about it.
or if it's like literally the fact that was that as bad as that felt like. Like, I
No, that
can.
was fucking awful.
Okay, because like I've been up for over like 24 hours, and I'm right now I'm like of the opinion like that was the worst thing I think I've ever seen, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no, that can't be true, right? Like I'm overplaying it, but like
I
no,
almost-
it's pretty
it was
bad.
Terrible.
It's
I
pretty
was half
bad.
joking. I was for a half a thought should I even show this to Kibbs because The toilet is not the egregious one. This is
Next
the
video.
Today,
one.
we're introducing the future of your desk. This is Project Ava, an AI desk companion brought to life as an animated 3D hologram. Ava can see you, hear you, follow what's happening on your computer screen, and understands what's going on around you.
GG.
Thanks
Oh
to
my
an
god,
AI
it's
that
literally
works by
fucking
order.
spying on
Ava
you.
can be used to organize your day-to-day schedule, complete your work, and clutch up in your ranked games.
Nice
You'll get to choose
gooning
your
choice,
Ava avatar
player.
from a set of unique
Check.
Ava characters that includes custom designs, esports legends, and even some of your favorite social media icons. If you're at CES 2026, swing by the Razer booth and experience
I hate
the
Mr.
future of
Personality
your
so
desk.
much. Oh my god. He says, and thank you for your generous donation. Oh, it's so not an image I needed in my head. He said, that's going in someone's colon. Bump. Going, oh, hey, hey.
Get one,
Yeah.
Kyoshi's Plague. There are Hatsune Miku ones now, Joe and Dio. Someone actually married one of those, by the way.
I've got a
Got Saturn
jar of
Broke.
slop, says little Commander Methos.
I do remind us
Oh
of
my
that.
god. Chat, this is cursed. I don't like this. Alright, next
Hey,
curse
you
video.
want Aerith to be an AI hologram, Gibbs?
Oh my god, that'd be so cringe. Not for me. Not for
Hey
me.
everyone, Dave
She-
here
she
with
doesn't just
Razer's
speak, she
AI
just
hardware
screams every
team.
once in a
Last year
while.
at CES, we introduced Project Ava, the ultimate AI gamer co-pilot. This year, Ava takes on a whole new form. Whether it's at your gaming setup, office workstation, or even your nightstand, Ava comes to life in a 5.5-inch holobox display as your AI desk companion. And the best part is, Ava now includes a full suite of animated characters to choose from, each with their own unique personalities to suit every kind of gamer. Beyond that, Ava always knows what you're doing or saying thanks to an integrated HD camera and far-field mics, and responds in real time through a built-in speaker. Over time, Ava will get to know you better, figure out your likes and dislikes through an advanced learning engine.
And then
It
sell
can
that
help you out with
information.
much more than just gaming. With an improved vision mode and processing, Ava can give you advice for just about everything you do, from daily life to work stuff to gaming. Discover your perfect AI desk companion with Project Ava. Scan our
Ava,
QR code to learn more.
how do I hide a body?
You'll
That-
spy on you, and she'll tell all the corporations what you're looking to buy, so they can send you fucking.
Now, that video makes it so much more worse, because I actually remember them announcing that similar to AI tool they sold, and it was originally designed to just, hey, it analyzes your gameplay, makes suggestions and stuff like that. Whatever, you don't have to look up whatever, you have to pay to not look up a guide. It's like, people wanted, they wanted, but it wasn't egregious. This is a billion times worse. It's like, this is what it evolved into?
Ava, suck my chicken, no, says Bino.
Oh my god. Ava's like spying on you, like, wake up, Chatfish, you're late to Kibbs' stream. Oh my god, Base, we need this now. I need to install this into all of your buckets. It'll be loyalty programs. You'll never miss a stream again, you little shits.
1984 Kibbs.
Oh,
Just-
I want to showcase this so badly, but I can't because it's tangentially related to what we were going on about. It's technically someone else's video, so I can't.
What is it?
It's a meme.
But it's not relevant now, is it? You stupid fuck.
No, it is relevant to this exact situation.
Stupid fuck. Now, stupid fuck will be punished after stream.
Shut up, Kibbs. Spider Pig does $2, but Kibbs, Chatfish have been replaced by AI Crab. He wants to get the cookie and Reggie Squealy's choice, so that goes 50-cent blonde.
Now, Encom says that he wants one of these and he needs it really bad. Okay. I just said no thanks, god damn it.
Oh no, Kibbs. Bond has seen this.
Off,
You
and
know
the
what that means?
little bonobo, the monkey herself, shows up. She said, I'm gonna need a 3D Aerith desk hologram to tell me about the stock market whenever I want. Yeah, knowing you, I'm sure you take a great interest in stock prices. She's like, I could if I wanted to.
Bond's gonna develop the hologram?
Who developed the animated avatars for Project Ava? The stylized 3D avatars were developed in partnership with Animation Incorporated. I don't care. That's not funny. This is dumb.
Rapier wants you to look at the game he posted, Kibbs. He's getting sad.
I hate Chumpus. I hate him so much. It's gonna be some
You're rotating
weird,
rapier.
weird, obscure fucking game or some shit.
It's Scarlet Deer in Kibbs. It's a new hot game on the market, Kibbs. It's not even out yet, Kibbs.
You're gonna be a hot game when I'm done with you. And he's like, ah, which lights on fire. All right, we'll take a look at this fucking goofy ass game. It's called Scarlet Deer. Another platformer. Wow. All right, so
Kibbs, it's story rich. It's got a
it
good
does
story.
have probably a good art style though. Well, maybe we'll
It's
see.
an adventure game.
Look, chat. Look with your little chubby chatfish eyes. That's right. You walk around. Yeah! Says the kid. She looks like she's not very happy. Feels like it's inspired by Kingdom Come quite a bit.
Same setting.
Same era. Because the clothing and fashion.
Yeah. Monsters though, so a little more fantasy.
Alright, now we're entering medieval fantasy. I like how she's got that permanent, like, what the fuck am I doing, like, expression. It's based in Slavic folklore. Ah, the animations are all based on stitchings.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe? So they made a sprite map
No,
using
that-
stitchings? Yeah, they did. That's kind of cute.
All right. It's like that might also just be merchandise, you know.
No, I think it is, because look at the textures.
no, I see it now.
They're actually pictures of the stitchings. You know, that's actually, artistically speaking, that's actually really cool. It's a shame that I'm not really interested in platformers, but the amount of effort they put into that and doing the stitchings and using the stitchings for the sprite maps for the animations, that is impressive. That's a lot of extra work. That means they had to concept, sketch it, design it, then stitch it, then fucking snapshot that shit. That is pretty cool. That is like art. I know some chatfishes you might not appreciate that, but like artistically, that's pretty goddamn cool. That's like maybe not my kind of game, but like the fact they went through that effort is pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. The fact that they did all that, and then I guess the backdrops are just paintings themselves,
What's that
digital
painting?
paintings if I had to guess, but still pretty cool.
Reminds me of fucking Mortal Kombat, where all the characters are fucking JPEG.
Read the
Whereas the map
description.
is everything else.
An embroidered narrative. Oh, they're trying to be funny. They're trying to platformer with an emotional story, an interesting cast of characters, a dark dungeon full of chatfish, and a world inspired by Slavic folklore. The only thing protecting you from certain death is your torch, and all character images are actually embroidered. So yeah, all the characters you see and all the animations in that scene. So let's watch a little bit of that one more time, because now you can appreciate that. But each one of those frames that you see the character doing is an embroidery that they scanned and then uploaded as an animation to create a sprite map. If you don't know what a sprite map is basically a collection of pictures of a character in different poses that basically move in an animation, right? Games usually read that information and data. Our game technically does that. But they're for pixel art, not for stitchings. They're embroideries.
Since the main character is the mother.
So, yeah, if you're going to make a platformer, you might as well be artistic about it. Because that is like, it makes the game have more value, in my opinion. Because the game is much more artistic in that nature. And it's good to see Slavic folklore expanded upon. Or explored, not expanded. You shouldn't be expanding it now. You should be...
We made new demons.
We
Yes.
we added some shit. But yeah, it's definitely a process that you can appreciate. Very cute, very interesting. Because yeah, they had to plan the characters' frames, if I had to guess, with like basically they had to draw it first on paper or on digital, right? And then they had to use that as a reference as they made each embroidery. Now, are the eyes
would never
themselves
upload-
embroidered on top, or are the eyes drawn on top?
They look drawn.
Because the eyes, I think, are actually drawn on top. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, if you know anything about embroideries, like that's gonna be making those eyes are gonna be a nightmare. A nightmare.
They look drawn. Which makes sense. It's not the end of the world.
That's a cute little game. I suppose.
Next game. Pathologic. Free.
Pathologic.
Pathologic and
Squealy wants to talk about Pathologic, the third installment in the Pathologic franchise. I have nothing beyond that to say about that because I don't know anything about this other than it's about like a plague. So Squealy, I'll press the
Go
play
ahead,
button
please.
and then we discuss it.
The town has fallen victim to the plague, or to my arrogance. I have to fix it.
Disease Chatfish.
I only have 12 days, but any of them can become my starting point. Sometimes just being a doctor isn't enough to defeat it.
Ooba.
Finding symptoms, exposing people's lies, while I treat one patient. The plague devours whole districts. I must take power into my own hands to save more lives. Every choice I make changes this town. It changes people's fates. But at what cost? But in this place, clock arms don't go in circles. They spiral out of control. But how can you tell what needs fixing and what doesn't?
That's kind of an interesting concept.
There is no right path. So I will make my own. Each day that passes brings the disaster closer or moves it further away. Which will it be?
So, what makes the Pathologic series interesting is that the NPCs typically lie to the player. Very often, you will speak with an NPC, and they will tell you information about either another character or themselves, or whatever the illness they are suffering from, and they won't be truthful with you. Either because they don't know it themselves, or because they're actively hiding information from you for whatever reason. And you typically make a lot of choices that will make it so that you cannot perform certain actions throughout the day. If you want to save one character, you have to spend that time during the day doing that, and you cannot help other characters while doing so. So, while I think Pathologic is a very interesting series, the first two games they're funky. They're funky slapjank. So, I've heard news that the third game is a really good jumping on point, but I haven't played it myself yet, so we'll see.
Wow. Weeding. The fuck.
I prefer fucking reading over fucking voice dialogue any day. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. The big problem with voice dialogue in games is usually characters say a lot without saying anything of actual substance. And hence why they like, a great example of this would be Baldur's Gate 3, in my opinion. They talk so much, but they say nothing half the time. It's like blah, 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 blah. But it's like, okay, did the characters' relationships progress? Are they, like,
No.
different? Is their bond stronger? And it's like, not really. They make quippy, snide remarks like it's a Marvel movie, and they have no character progression or consequences based on choices you make, for the most part. Save for, like, the major ones. The yappening, yeah. When I like my RPGs to have substance, so when characters say something, it carries weight. And less they talk, the more I appreciate it. Like the old Fallouts, I like quite a bit because they talk very little, and they carry a lot of weight to what they say. Or like Fallout New Vegas, things like that, right?
So when it comes to RPGs and when it comes to like dialogue in RPGs, you typically want to have a lot of variation. And when it comes to voice dialogue, you're not going to get any, because every time you want to have a slight change in how a character's talking to you, that's a new fucking thing you got to have.
You got to
voice
redo the
acting.
entire thing, yes. Because if a great example of this would be Mass Effects or BioWare games, right? So a great example of this, I'll pull this up because I think it'll show you a picture. And this is a common standard trope. It's not just with Mass Effect. A lot of RPGs practices. Shut up, game. Is there a picture with the dialogue window? No. Is there in-game footage with the dialogue window? Shut up. No. God damn it. Well, that's mildly agitating. I wanna find a visual reference for what I'm talking about.
I
Maybe
mean,
the-
like the
maybe the other ones have it.
fucking dialogue wheel of yes, yes, and no, but I mean yes.
Yeah, pretty much. I was hoping that these pictures would actually show it, but they do not. It
No,
peeves
they're not
me.
gonna show a dialogue wheel and fucking.
It peeves me, but
And
it's not just a dialogue wheel because you'll see it in Fallout 3 as well. It surely must have it here. What? I guess nobody wants to take pictures of their dialogue windows.
Why would they? They're terrible in these games, Gibbs.
I know they're visually unappealing to look at, but they're part of the game. No, none of them do have pictures of the dialogue menus. Okay, well, that's annoying. So, yeah, basically, to get to my point, the big thing I was going to talk about when it came to dialogue for these kinds of games is that dialogue usually is constructed in a series of responses, and because of how these games usually work for RPGs, it's usually like good, medium, bad, or like good, medium, or evil. Basically, is like
So
the general
I
thing.
posted the
You got it from me.
the illustrations in the stream room. There's the big one and there's this one.
The little one that doesn't have too much text. It's pretty much the same. But yeah, it's like friendly, neutral, and then like hostile. And that very much does it. And then investigation and like that. That's how Mass Effect does it. Other games do it differently and they don't use the dial wheel, but it's actually kind of the same in a lot of games, by the way. This is just an example of how it looks. Like Fallout 3 and 4, even New Vegas has this to a degree, where it's like positive or negative outcomes and stuff like that. And that's usually because you're playing what we call a blank slate character or a loosely defined character. And these characters, because they're loosely defined or what we call blank slate characters, the issue with the blank slate character is that realistically, as a writer, and this is something that we've discussed many times at length in writing discussions, realistically, there is one good route, as in not talking about good as in like good morally. I'm talking about good writing. There's one route where the story was designed for, and then there's the other routes that are fun, but they weren't designed for it. Because when you write a story, the reality is that there is always the optimal story route, and then there is the suboptimal story route. There are some exceptions to this rule, mind you, but most games, especially RPGs, do not have this, right? It's like, great example, and this might be due to various reasons, but like New Vegas plays Caesar's Path, right? Kind of unsatisfying, wouldn't you say, Squilly? Very like half-assed.
It's half the content of
The
like,
others.
House's Path, and it's like a fourth of the size of the NCR.
Yeah, and so what you basically run into this issue of is that it's a fraction of the writing size because you added a different path. And what that means narratively, when you have branching paths and ending paths, is that you are effectively limiting the writing quality. And you're also, no matter how good of a writer you are, there's just one ending that fits your character better than the others. And the other endings don't.
That was also just partially due to the fact that New Vegas itself is an unfinished game.
Yep. But this isn't just New Vegas has this issue. Even Mass Effect suffers from this as well.
Would you argue that Mass Effect was also rushed?
Yeah, I mean, okay, you wanna go blunt? All games are rushed. Almost. Like there are some exceptions. Like there's like Factorio and some indie devs, right? Even to our degree, the game that we're developing with Chat's Monies, like to a degree isn't necessarily rushed, but it's like we're trying to get it done in a timely manner. So we are steaming along, singing a fucking song, you know? And there is such a thing. Okay, there's so many factors, right? You also have to mention fatigue, right? As a writer, you'll work on something, you'll develop fatigue. Just like an actor in a long series of movies will develop fatigue. Like the great example would be the Harry Potter actors from the Harry Potter movies, right? They develop fatigue over those many years of doing those things because fatigue builds up, right? And this is why you see things like TV shows generate fatigue over time or begin to fall off or begin to wane, because fatigue will build up because of how the industry workflow is and how things work in general. And that's why you see that in video game development too. Red Faction 1, great example. The first 2/3 of the game, really fun. The last third sucks rancid donkey balls. You know, it's really, really, really bad. And so that's the reality. It's going to vary depending on the fatigue, how well the team's morale is holding up. There's so many factors, right? Like, for example, Mass Effect Andromeda, you guys all know that game is probably a disaster, right? But if you know about the development story, it's kind of sad with what happened. Even though, you know, it was probably never going to be good to begin with, to be brutally honest. But it's one of those things where it's like, it's unfortunate that it ended the way it did.
Dev hell with lots of incompetence involved.
Dev hell with incompetent leadership, and then whenever they reached out for help, the official BioWare studios spat on them instead of helping them. So it was one of those like, damn, like BioWare kind of deserved a burn for that, honestly.
Yeah.
It's one of those like that's their B team, by the way. So the B team for BioWare is their content support team. That means they do patches and they support the game after the main team is done with the game and they release the DLC for it, right? That's normally what they do. It's the B team. This you usually see this in AAA things. Usually, what you'll see between different studios is they actually work together. A great example: Bungie Studios and Ensemble Studios work together to try to capture Halo. Bungie gave lots of detailed information to Ensemble. Ensemble studied that data and information and did their best to capture the universe with Halo Wars 1, right? Didn't work out perfectly, but they tried their best, right? They actually put heart into it, and you can tell. In the case of Mass Effect Andromeda, what was interesting about that is that the B team had no experience making a game, should not be producing a game, has literally no experience, does not have competent leadership, asks for help from the sister studio, and the sister studio tells them to go fuck themselves. And then the sister studio, the B team drowns, right? You see this again with other studios. Creative Assembly, right? Creative Assembly, the British team, the Australian team basically gets sent off to work on Stormrise. The game gets shoved out early for consoles, and it kills the Australian studio. Because that happened, that's why Creative Assembly and the Total War games don't feel the same. Because the Australian team, which we don't know exactly what they did, but that's when they stopped. And what happened to Total War when it started getting bad? After they died. There's a correlation.
17 years of frustrations.
There's a correlation there for a reason, in my opinion. It all correlates, right? They lost their composer. They lost like a bunch of their support team that was in the Aussie studio, because the reality is that support team was doing key work, and because they were gone, that left a gap. You know, like we can laugh at all these games because they're not very good, right? But when you want to understand why these studios start to diminish or not do well as time goes on, there's things like that. Great example with Bungie and 343. Basically, when Bungie moved on from Halo, right, they were having Halo fatigue pretty bad. Microsoft was abusing them pretty bad. A lot of people left after Reach. They were just done with it. And so the Bungie team that went on to go produce Destiny had only a fraction of the resources and a fraction of the things, and suffered from internal problems, and as well as just trading one master for another. They traded Microsoft for Sony, and that wasn't much better for them, you know?
No, Microsoft for Activision, then they got independent, and then Sony. And from a Bungie developer that was in one of my university classes told me, all idiots at Microsoft, the leadership, all of them. They would tell them stuff like, hey, we need more time, and they just wouldn't listen.
Yes, all Halo games were heavily cut contented wise.
I just want to note that Bungie got worse after they left Activision.
Yes.
Well, yes, you're going to run into a couple of problems. Fatigue, people will have left. Team morale is another factor we don't talk about. I've got a friend who works for Blizzard as an artist, and he's very talented, very skilled. And from when I talked to him about like the studio and how it works over there, because I was very curious, because I like Blizzard. Well, I liked Blizzard, you know. I wanted to know. One of the big things is that, again, there's a lot of fatigue at ground floor teams, right? But like all the executive decision making power is in the hands of people who don't know what they're doing. Despite having a lot of people who are passionate and want to make great games, it doesn't matter. They have no power. The creative side of the studio is muzzled, and the side that has total reign is the side that doesn't know what a video game is to save its life. You know, hence why World of Warcraft is one of those games that, oh my god, do I adore it so much memory-wise, but it's one of those games that it's like a painful memory, you know? It's like, oh, like I don't want, like
You'll
every
never
time
get it
every time
back.
I try to go back to it, every time I ever try to touch it again, it's the same thing. And one day I'll get that itch and it'll build up and I'll want to try touching it again. And it'll be the same painful reminder. It's dead. The thing I liked is gone. It's been gone for years. It's not made for me anymore. It's made for somebody else. And that happens. Marty did say that they got Bungie out of Microsoft, but not Microsoft out of Bungie. Damn.
Well,
They might have had people that got planted there, basically. And they got stuck. Did you ask if the offices were cold? I'm going to beat you to death. I didn't ask if the offices were cold. I was mostly asking about like how it functioned in terms of like development and creative ideas. Microsoft can't even make a PC operating system anymore. Windows 11 as a perfect example. They are just trash now. Yeah, Windows used to be like good. They were flawed, but good. As a child, of course, I have fond memories of Windows XP. It was my first fucking computer. Windows XP Gateway. A gateway desktop with Rome Total War, Sid Meier's Civilization 3, and like a couple other things, like MechWarrior 2 and stuff. And I was like, oh my god, coolest goddamn machine on the planet. Big, heavy, press the power button, sounded like a little turbine engine winding up. Sounded powerful. Different eras, different times. Oh, Jeremy Soule. Jeremy Soule got canceled. For those who don't know about Jeremy Soule is a composer, very famous composer, one of the most prolific composers in the industry. Produced more music for video games than I think any composer I've ever seen. Genuinely like the John Williams of the games industry. Made a lot of famous music. The tracks like from Elder Scrolls that you're probably familiar with, he did that. Dawn of War, etc., Supreme Commander. He's done a lot of music, and I mean a lot. Some of it great, some of it good, some of it not so good. He has done a lot. But basically what happened to him is during the Me Too cancel culture craze, he got Me Too'd, and he just said, fuck it, I don't want to work anymore. Because basically what happened was Bethesda threw him under the bus rather than waiting for the facts to settle. They canceled him, and he basically just ghosted everybody. And it must have been fake because nothing came of it. As last I checked on that. Like, nothing happened to him. Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way. But, like, nothing happened, and he just said, fuck it, I don't want to be in the games industry anymore. And just left. Again, another great, just gone. It's like, oh, damn.
gone in no way.
Yeah.
Sturmrat, I'll go get your chip, fishy. 1 second. Sturmrat. Boopity boopity boop. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's about Sturmrat for you and me. There we go.
Let's see here. There are more Chatfish games.
Plop them in the chat. The
I'm not sure if I should.
Their Chatfish are allowed to bring
One
articles.
has a ski bitty toilet on it. I don't think that one's. I'm gonna add that one.
We will open it. Put it in there. It's our job. We're streamers. We're here to entertain. We're fucking dancing clowns. That's what chat pays me for.
Well, you're the dancing monkey here. I'm just cat. I go meow every once in a while.
Put them all there, kitten, and let me know you're done. I'm a ready ratfish.
Go and start, because I'm putting a lot in here.
I'm gonna need you to have ratfish knows me. I will in a second, Squilly. I'm reading chat first. Have you ever seen the interviews with Microsoft Style recently? They're all weirdos, completely out of touch with reality. Not entirely surprising in the slightest. I mean, have you guys seen the Fable trailer? Like, oh my god, does that look out of touch? I want to point out that Fable's like hyper realism, and it has like a Gary Mary Stew insert thing going on. I'm not sure.
God.
And
is it the old one or the new one?
It's like the one where there's a giant black dude with glasses or something.
I think that's the old one.
That's the same one that they're working on, I think. I don't think they changed that.
Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the bucket of a chunk
Fuck,
of a
Chatfish
chicken
grabbed a
bag.
lot of articles, you little chickle fucks.
These are games, Gibbs. No one gives a shit about articles.
Chatfish still grabs stuff because they got little fins.
You think anyone actually cares about what fucking games journalists post, Gibbs? We don't care
Well,
about the fucking games.
No, I don't care what games journalists post, but I do comment on it because it's my job. Because I provide a actual rational line of thought rather than their bait-click posts. Now let's see. Beautiful Light. Official alpha gameplay. We cover that shit, Squealy. Don't be
I
a
know.
bitch.
I'm grabbing all things.
So what is this? Like Stalker? Timu Stalker?
Well, turn on the audio.
Oh, there goes my fucking ears. There goes my fucking... He's got a little wrist thing. It's very interactive, very immersive. I like that. Immersive sim detected. I'm pretty sure. Looks like multiplayer, if you ask me.
It's action track shooter. Oh boy.
Creature. Wow, 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 wow. Very Dying Light-esque with some of those things. Yeah, it looks Stalker inspired.
Going through the area.
English or American or whatever. It looks multiplayer. Kind of cute though.
That's interesting.
Oh, he plays the monster? Or was that just like a camera following him?
That's kind of
Doesn't really seem much. It just shows the play.
So some stuff.
Alf.
Beautiful Light is what it's called. Well, it looks interesting. Dying Light and Stalker mixed. Yeah, it kind of has that vibe going for it. Wow, Kibbs has Rule 6 videos there? I do. That's because I was having a hard time, like, trying to sleep as well. And so I left, like, YouTube on, and it did things. So just ignore my recommendeds. I don't know what it was on. I was up all night. I wasn't even listening to it. It just kept playing. But yes, there's a lot
He
of
was
Rule
listening
6
to
there.
Sissy Hypno, and it generally devolves into
Sissy Hypno? Oh my god.
political talking points, yeah.
I also walked away most of my time. That is it. But whatever. Now let's see. What was I doing? Chat
You were looking at
bitches.
the other game Chatfish posted?
Who am I?
A Chatfish.
What have you lost?
It's got a cute art style.
Your name? Or the truth you seek?
It's got a pointy nose.
Legends say that at the edge of the Sea of Remnants, any wish can be granted. But the price is your memory.
It's Sea of Thieves, but single player. I bet.
It's pirate theme. You got Mahjong.
That music choice is terrible. Oh, that's really bad music choice. The music is very bad. Very bad. I'm just gonna turn that off. I think I hated that music so much. I was like mildly like, oh, this looks kind of neat. Now I'm like, fuck, I just don't like, I don't care anymore. I don't. Yeah, it's basically Temu Sea of Thieves at home, but single player.
Boat racing, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like a series of mini games and stuff like that. Is like the core. Yes, it is. I'm not sure. It because that usually when the games like this, it's like okay, it's got a lot of mini games and stuff to keep you interacted and whatever, and they're usually pretty quick, so you don't get too stale. But my big problem is that means it has the depth of a puddle. You know, it's very
At least
wide,
mechanically, yeah.
but each mechanic or each game mode is going to be pretty shallow. And because they're going to be shallow, it's just like I don't know.
It looks like okay. Now there is combat. All right, never mind then.
Yeah, there's going to be more to it. Like there's puzzles, platforming, and some combat.
Mini-game.
Is that god awful music over? You think?
Try. Nope.
Looks retarded on wishlisting, it says Blake. Well, good for you, Blake. I like the art style. I think the music choice for the thing is terrible, though. It's not very piratey.
I don't think it's supposed to be piratey, looking at it.
Motherfucker, look at what you're seeing visually.
Because what about this is actually piratey? What? we
The whole thing is the boats, the clothing, the style. Oh my god.
This reminds me more of Mario Party than it does fucking Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Cinematic view.
Stormy ski.
Doesn't look terrible. It's better than the music stopped.
Tragedy.
It's actually gonna be sad and serious. 180.
Oh god, that music.
The one thing I will say that I like about the music choice is it reminds me of the fucking 2000s, where music was just like always, like, very poorly chosen for like whatever it was. Whoa. Like, wow, sword. Is this game of the year, chat? This is game of the year 2026. Are we seeing chat?
Looks more interesting than Sea of Thieves. A lot.
Yes. Sea of Thieves is, like, conceptually really amazing, and execution really terrible and boring. Titties.
I've seen it before.
Oh no, it's happened again.
Turns out I've been struggling and wandering in oblivion all this time, yet it was all in vain.
We're gonna spoil the entire story.
This moment, I finally understand. Forgetting is not the end, but a new beginning.
A new beginning. NetEase Games? Ooh.
NetEase.
But that's just probably the publisher. Like, NetEase Games is not a very good sign. I'm just warning you, Blake.
The monetization is a very high probability gonna be egregious.
NetEase is not a good name to see. It's like seeing EA. Like EA in 2013. It's like, ooh, it's not a logo you want to see pop up anymore.
I probably gonna head to the gym early, so I'll see you all later.
Fuck off,
Have a
Race
good one.
Raider, and good luck. You need it because you're fat. It's like,
He's so full of hate, cursing when he's not supposed to.
yeah, NetEase is a massive fucking red flag, though, I will say. Not that it can't be good, but NetEase has a very, 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 very bad track record. Last Man Sitting. What's with these 2000s fucking song games?
People are nostalgic kids. Come on.
I'm expecting to play Burnout 3 next.
People miss when every fucking trailer had an early 2000 song playing alongside gameplay. This we miss.
Wing it in my hair. Alright, that's a quaint concept, though I'm not sure if that's going to be something I'd want to pay for. But who knows?
The new TF2 kids, think about it.
I mean, we haven't gotten TF3 yet, so you might be right. Because whoop. I'm just a squealy, just a fucking squealy. We're $18 towards today's goal, chat. Very good job. Ah! Start screaming at chat.
Very good. If we
Jeff-
don't make it, we sacrifice Fuzzy on an altar. True.
Acceptable losses.
If Happy Wheels was made into an arena
I'm
shooter.
Alex, the developer of Ethos, a
Ethos.
story-driven survival crafting base building game. Today, we're going to deep
Survival
dive
crafting
into the
base building with
aspect of the game. I've got a nice mid-game outpost already set up here, but I'd like to expand it with a new greenhouse habitat and start doing some hydroponic farming to boost
Oh
the
no,
food supply.
it's a show game.
I've cleared the area by my house.
It's
so
a
I can
farming
construct the
sim
walls. So let's
on
find a way to get
Mars.
our build menu and bring it into the world. As you can see, the building plan snaps to the door of the hab automatically. Almost everything you do in Ethos that requires resources, including building, automatically uses items that you have stored in crates. No need to carry resources around with you. I'm just setting up some grow beds for my crops. We'll go with the large variant for now, which allows for up to 4 different seeds at a time.
Wow.
I think we'll have
It is a
couple here
plant farming game.
which we can process at the cooking station and turn into flour to make some bread.
No, it's only partially a farming.
Well,
There's
it's
other things you got.
it's not my cup of
Other
tea, but it
chores.
might be a
And
woman's.
we'll plant some of
That
these
woman.
radiotropic mushrooms, which will
But
let you
kids,
access
women don't like
radiation
space.
detectors
They will
that
never
the
like
villagers
this
have.
game.
It's got farming, motherfucker. They'll love it. Plants and shit grow.
I managed to overload our power supply with too many beds. Facilities in your outpost require power to function properly, so let's add a new solar panel to bring us back online.
Wait, how long is
Plenty of
this?
space here for further growth
Okay.
if needed.
Not that
I was
long.
making sure Chaffers didn't bait me into like a 30-hour deep dive. I'm like, they did that once, and I'm like, what? Like, oh, this is long. It's been like 15 minutes. It's been 20, and it was a fucking like 6-hour video.
Like this welfare hab. Sleeping in here will give us an
So
extra
if
bonus.
Shaman plays
So
this
let's
game, will she
build
turn
one
into a
completely.
space goblin kit?
We can
Yep.
connect our habs using connectors. There are a wide variety to choose from, but I want to be able to get out of my outpost here.
Putting the
So
star in
I'll build a
Stardew
4-way
Valley.
connector with a couple of airlocks, a door seal, and a platform so that I can leave. Let's
Ah,
put the welfare hab
They
down
build.
here at the end. A bit sparse right now.
Kids falling asleep to it.
I've been awake for like over 24 hours now, and it's like,
Roll to the floor.
do something, you do something.
Bed to sleep in.
Like,
Jim, he's making his bedroom. He's trying to tuck you in,
Let's do a
kid.
desk
Give him a
and
break.
chair, plus a
He's almost
workstation.
there.
this is a cute game, but
We'll add some plants. Much
where's the meat?
Give its
Getting a
base
bit
design.
dark,
It's all you
some
need.
lighting will help. Let's add some
Base
lights,
design and craft.
lighting, desk lamp, some wall lights.
Polly's like, this might be a good game for me. I also
Now
want to
we've
go to
decorated,
Mars.
let's customize
And
it.
go plan.
We have numerous options for visual themes
Uh.
to choose from, which you can find through exploration or
And
purchase
Kim
from
is
the
passing.
market. We can customize everything individually down to the carpet on the floor.
There's little
or at the
Bichio.
same
He's like,
time,
Bichio,
select a
what the
habitat and
fuck?
instantly theme
He's all mad.
everything inside in one go. Well, night has definitely fallen, so it's probably time to rest up before another expedition tomorrow. Catch you next time. Thanks for watching.
Fuck. Alright, I'm assuming there's more to it than that. But yeah, it's got a comprehensive like base building system that they wanted to show off. Oh my god. That single video, like it's only 3 minutes, but like, oh my god, I ain't gonna make it, dudes. Alright, so let's keep going. Oh my god. Well, this looks fucking weird. Zombies are the ones trapped in the past. They are the true nostalgists. Arigato gozaimasu, or something. Something may come at a steep price.
I'll read it, kids. Ever played Drop the Handkerchief or Eagle Catching the Chick? The president watches anime at exactly 6:30 every day. And he cannot be disturbed during this time. It was precisely because you sold Texas to a Japanese customer that this chain reaction was set in motion, wasn't it? Experience of courage, grit, passion, and romance. Sister, where on earth are you? It's still too early for you guys to go to New Tokyo 4. It is an extremely dangerous place.
That's her Facebook.
From now on, I shall teach you your first lesson. How to keep the peak of your inner emotions on the brink. If you want to know Aya's whereabouts, stay here and I'll tell you everything. I'm an American cowboy. But I'm also a Japanese samurai. When a weeaboo and a westaboo love each other very much, this is what they fucking get.
Oh my god.
Turns the person you love into a human being. And she will become a shining star. A little late for that, but you know.
Yeah, a little late for that release.
It's Dead Rising, no more heroes in Yakuza. Looks like it.
ゾンビになった者を自然保護区に送ることだ。それが家族であってもな。ゾンビ同士で繁殖しないように必ず去勢する。
They must be sterilized first. the American president watches anime at exactly 6:30.
Is it the same thing or just gameplay? All right. Well,
This
that
looks
was
like it.
weird.
Yeah, it's the same thing, kid.
Wait, it is?
It's the same thing.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, it's actually different though. I don't remember seeing that.
Is it? I guess not. Are you watching like a playlist or something?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
American Soul.
I can't really discern what the
Oh,
fuck
that's
is happening. So sometime in 2026, it's published, developed by Necom, and 4 Divinity 2P games in Asia excluded. I have no fucking clue, dudes. Well, that was a trip and a half. I have no idea what the fuck I just saw.
It's a weeaboo and a Westaboo's pure imagination, Gibbs. How it is. He is an American cowboy and a Japanese samurai.
Fuck. Skibidi battles. Now, this
Are
is
you sure
something
you
I won't
know?
understand either. Alright. Chatfish wanted to look at it. You see it?
G-Man toilet. G-Man toilet. Yeah, kid. G-Man toilet.
I like how they tried to monetize this, but it's like, you don't own these IPs, but alright.
Can't. You're using Gmod models. What's that?
I have no idea what the fuck this is about. That was a terrible trailer.
You can thank Moogie for that one. I'm pointing him out so Chatfish can bully him.
I like how the frame rate's just dropping randomly.
I think. Okay.
This does not look particularly good.
Yes, it does look like acid flip flop. I agree.
Well, transition! What is this? Is the same shit?
It's showing fucking nothing. There's nothing happening here. I think you can stop showing it now, Kevs. This is... Yeah.
That was, yeah, that happened. That did happen.
Next game.
Well, this is at least cute looking. He's a little tank. So it's co-op slop, or friend slop, but it is kind of interesting because it's your tank. Got Eldritch things. The combat looks a little stiff. So you gather stuff, you loot things, you explore. You have a tank that moves around the map. I mean, interesting, but not sure if it's quite there. Well, they have different
Fresh
tanks.
slop looking at it. Play with friends, I guess. When they someone talk.
God damn it, Chatfish. Those little Chatfishes. Alright, next. It's called Iron Nest Heavy Turret Simulator. Well, that looks visually kind of cute. Single player. Got the little Polish looking thing in there. Oh my god, what's with these trailers being so bad? That doesn't really establish anything.
No, it doesn't.
I'm gonna close that because it's making noise. Like, I mean, giant mobile mecha fortress sounds cool. That didn't look like giant mobile mecha fortress, you know. Next up is Ontos. Looks a little artsy fartsy.
Come, talk to me first.
Ah, it's by Frictional.
Oh, I guess that's good.
Scandies. This is probably going to be interesting, narratively, if I had to guess. Someone's kind of cute.
What is existence, really?
They have a budget for facial animations.
Your father thought he knew, and it inspired him to grant wishes.
Oh, they got that guy doing the voice work, huh? It's a big name.
That's why all of us are here. You want to understand, to know.
Yep. I can't remember his name. He's got a nice voice, though.
The walls surround you. Play your father's game. Push the very limits. Until you're reality itself.
Pretty.
Breaks.
That'll probably be interesting. I think I've seen that before. I think.
It was a trailer that was released a while ago. Just wanted to show it again.
That's fine. Next up is the lift. Oh boy.
Another repairman simulator.
Being a little Chatfish going around fixing stuff. What Chatfish do?
Hello, my name is Ivan. I'm studio director of Fantastic Signals, and I'm here to tell you about our game, The Lift. In The Lift, you play as a handyman, renovating the Institute, a massive research facility abandoned after a mysterious incident. The Lift is a surreal first-person adventure where satisfying repair gameplay collides with an eerie, unnatural mystery story. Think classic Soviet sci-fi meets SCP weirdness, with lots of bolts to screw in and some
Could be
wires to
cute
melt along the way.
Pipe puzzle.
So, what is this place you'll be fixing? Let's step inside the Institute and see where it all begins. The Institute was once the most advanced research facility ever built, until a catastrophic incident left it drifting through the void. You play as a keeper, a handyman, awakened from a long stasis with one mission: bring the Institute back to life and uncover what went wrong.
Chatfish broke it.
Every floor of the Institute is a massive renovation project with unique challenges. Work at your own pace, tackling everything from basic furniture repairs to complex electrical engineering projects. With your gadgets and a bit of crafting, you'll slowly breathe life back into the facility and restore it to its former glory. The lift serves as your mobile base, taking you deeper into the Institute. Behind every door, something new awaits. Hidden tech rooms, bizarre contraptions, quirky characters inhabiting the ruins of the Institute. Some will share their stories, some will test your nerves, and all of them are part of the bigger mystery. Step by step, you'll piece together what really happened when everything fell apart. You're handyman here, which basically means if something is broken, it's your problem. No matter if it's a wobbly chair, a generator, or an interdimensional satellite dish. Along the way, you'll tinker with circuits, chase down faulty wires, juggle power flows, and spin up heavy machinery until it all starts humming again. It's practical, it's hands-on, and every fix feels like you're breathing life back into the Institute. We've been working on a lift for 3 years, pouring everything we love about science fiction, immersive themes, and stories that stay with you long after the credits roll. We're launching on PC in 2026, with consoles to follow, but you can try the early version of the game right now during our limited time Steam playtest. So wishlist the lift on Steam, join the playtest, and hop into our Discord. We'd love to hear your feedback. There is so much more we want to show you on our journey to release, so stay tuned. Until next time.
That was kind of neat, I suppose.
Wait, it's called The Lift?
Yeah.
This is not the fictional game, Morty. This is the different game, if that's what you're wondering. Because I saw Polly get confused earlier.
Well, there's a couple games called The Lift on Steam.
It's one
Could've
of
gone
those.
with a better name, probably.
It's one of those names that might have a comment, a lot of names, but at least the studios aren't going around suing each other over it. Because that's usually what happens
Supernatural
with big
Handyman
companies.
Simulator?
Yeah, you basically
Okay,
fix a
it's that
space
one.
station or
Oh,
something.
okay.
I think that's almost all of them. This is the
There's one
last
more. What else do you want us to add another video?
A deadly plague threatens the village of Grimshire. Manage your farmland, forage the bounty of the wild, prevent your harvest from rotting away, and keep the root cellar full. Can you help bring the community together and survive? All the little fluffy animals, the little beanos. It sounds like Beano.
They all do. They all will.
It's a show game.
It is a show. But there's deadly consequences because people die.
You just grow shit. You just grow shit.
You build fences.
Oh no, they're furries.
That's Mamu. That's also Mamu. They're all Mamus. It's like, fuck.
No.
Shmormu's a lemur, kids. You gotta remember that.
Oh good, you get pronouns.
Nice. They burned one of them, but they could have eaten them. Good.
Family diet.
The little animals will starve to death.
It's a farming sim, but there's consequences if you farm badly.
All chatfish go to heaven. Like,
All chatfish are queens.
if it swims, it's a sandwich. I don't know.
There's another one. Another chatfish has hit the tower, Gibbs.
Smacks into it and bounces off.
They bring you a Wanderberg.
It's a castle. Sort of. It's
a castle on wheels? That's cute.
It's like, oh my gosh, it gobbles them up like, oh.
What the hell was that awful movie?
Oh,
where it's like a city on wheels?
Immortal Engines?
Yeah, and they like fight each other. Yeah.
That's cool.
Bigger.
What? That could have been awesome. But they made it
could have been. My God, 10 out of 10 game. It has mechs. Walking ships, 20 out of 10.
It's very derpy, but it might be cute.
It's very derpy. Wanderberg, I'll have to add that.
That is.
And never look at it again.
It's one of those, like, it'll come out, I'll, like, you know, look at it and be like, yeah, maybe not today. Maybe when I'm feeling a little suicidal.
Hey, now.
I like it when Gibbs feels just a little bit.
It's got walking battleships.
It does. It does. Well, that, I think, wraps up the stream. We're going to raid into the next stream, where we will do character creation for Mass Effect, but we will be taking a recess so that I can reset my brain, because my brain is le-cooked. I will be making a poll in there. Now, bear in mind, for the next stream, we'll be doing a character select thing, so it's going to be not conducted today, and it will be done on Friday as well for the conclusion and everything. So yeah, we'll see you guys.
Today is Friday.
Friday next week.
Next Friday,
Yeah,
regular.
we'll be doing it both. I'm gonna take a little power nap because, like, oh my god, I stayed up working. Now that I got my car fixed, I had to catch up because we got my car fixed because my battery died. But on the bright side, the battery's warranty was not expired. So I didn't have to pay anything for that. That was awesome. That was like the only good news I had, by the way. So yeah. Better than nothing. Better than nothing. So yeah, we will take a little nap, and then we'll be back in a couple hours. I will adjust the schedule for that, and I will set an alarm. And no, I will not oversleep it, or I will scream. Oh my
Set it
god!
across the room.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Across the room, so I have to
At
get
max
out of
volume.
my bed. So yeah, we'll catch you in the next stream chat. You guys take care. Thanks for hanging out, and thanks you for making yesterday's goal. We're $18 towards today's goal, so thank you very much. Very generous chant. Good job. We'll see you in a little